I have done a few bulks while training calisthenics, and as I am in a cutting phase right now, I am realizing a few mistakes I've made while bulking and doing calisthenics. A few of these mistakes are related to calisthenics, while most of them are generic mistakes that you probably already heard of. But regardless, they are still mistakes I have made along the way. My first mistake is not training hard enough. Bulking is done for either building muscle or getting absolute strength. However, bulking has a negative effect on your performance on calisthenics. After all, calisthenics is bodyweight exercises, and if you increase your body weight, then you will obviously perform worse than if you were light. Despite the negative effect on your performance, this also means two things. You are in a way progressive overloading if you gain body weight while doing calisthenics, and simultaneously getting a calorie and nutrient surplus great for building muscles. When you put it this way, bulking seems great in calisthenics, as not only you make things difficult, but also you are in a great position to build muscle. However, there is no point in bulking if you don't train hard enough, and that was what I did. Partially the reason as to why I didn't work out as hard as I could was a group of factors outside my control. A group of mistakes that I made and my own lack of commitment. If you bulk in winter and you do pure calisthenics, you probably are working out outside in parks. And when you combine the cold of winter with a 10-pound gain and a shitty diet, it is a bit hard to push yourself to reach failure. A 10-pound difference in your body weight doesn't seem like a big deal. However, you are carrying it whenever you go, in every rep and every exercise, especially if it is useless extra fat caused by eating a bunch of sugar. I guess in weightlifting, by simply weighing more, you actually feel more powerful, but the opposite occurs in calisthenics. I don't remember going hard on dips and pull-ups, or even consistently reaching failure in most of my sets and workouts in my 2023 bulk. I guess I simply wasn't committed, and the enthusiasm of the bulk fades away with time. You might initially start with a good mindset, you train hard your first week, but over time, as the novelty fades away, you might default to training like a pussy. And if you're not reaching failure and training hard, then you can imagine what is going to be the result of your bulk. Mostly fat gain and not muscle build. As you bulk, you must be in that mindset that you're going to reach failure. Otherwise, there is no point in bulking. If you don't train hard as you bulk, you're just using your bulk as an excuse to eat and get fat, which was another mistake of mine, letting yourself go. I think everybody at some point in a bulk rationalizes to himself that eating a sweet from time to time is not going to negatively affect your bulk. And it is true, eating ice cream once a week is probably not that bad. However, this rationalization slowly occurs more times than it should, even if you come with the mindset that you are doing for the most part a clean bulk. It starts with it is not bad from time to time, and it degenerates and ends with it is not bad every day. And so in the same way that the attitude of training hard faded away quickly, the supposedly clean bulk slowly became a dirty bulk. But it didn't matter so as long as I said to myself that I was bulking, so it was okay. Then the bulk phase is at its peak and you wonder, why am I so fat? The results of a dirty bulk are so sad in calisthenics. Not only is your performance in every exercise worse than before, but you also feel lethargic. And to put the cherry on top, you're fat and ugly, and you're probably not healthy. Letting yourself go also causes another mistake, taking the bulk too far. Partially the reason as to why eating so many sugary things didn't seem that bad was because I was chasing an arbitrary weight that I had to reach because it was a self-imposed goal. So as long as I ate and I dirty bulk, I was seeing the scale going up, and for that time, it was all that mattered. And many times a number is just that, a number. 135 pounds of weight lacks a lot of context, and maybe a number like that doesn't fit you right now. For me, 135 pounds of weight at that point was borderline obesity. I was kinda in a beer mode phase without the muscles, so I looked horrible. Being at a particular weight shouldn't be a goal of yours, but you should not only see the weight itself, but also the reflection on your mirror. If I were to see it this way, I would have probably not taken it that far, because honestly, it wasn't worth it or could have been done in better ways. Another mistake I have made while bulking is not being clear about your training. It isn't only about how hard you train, but the goals you currently would like to work on. Calisthenics can be a lot of things: freestyle, balance work, skills, flexibility, weighted calisthenics, high volume / endurance, even hypertrophy, although maybe it is not the best for that. And I think that everybody can agree to some extent that when we say that we do calisthenics, we mean a combination of a few of those things. If it happens that you're working on your balance, while you're bulking like I tried doing on my 2023 bulk, and it takes like a third or a half of your training volume, which causes you to not train hard, then no wonder your bulk didn't work at all. I guess it is a personal choice and decision what it is exactly that needs to be sacrificed. It is not like balance is such a physically demanding thing, but it's more like it causes so much frustration in the beginning that a lot of your mental energy is used in trying to overcome that frustration to keep doing balance work, that when you are doing dips or pull-ups, for example, you no longer have the conviction to always reach failure. And I guess the same thing happens to some extent in weightlifting. If you want big arms and you are not isolating them on your bulk, and instead you are hyper-focusing on bench press and squat strength, I don't think it will be surprising to not see any results on your arms. The last mistake I would like to mention is not doing cardio. If I were to do cardio frequently, I would have probably felt 10 times better on my bulk. Even if I was doing a dirty bulk, it could have been jogging for 15 minutes, jump rope, anything. It realistically wouldn't have a negative effect on my training and everything would have been beneficial. But many times, things that don't seem to have a direct effect on the goals we wish to achieve seem to be useless, and it is easy to rationalize not doing cardio because it will not get you a better handstand or more muscle, for example. That was most of my mistakes I have done in my past bulks, which I hope I don't commit in the future. So far, my 2023 bulk might not have been good, but I learned many things from it, and my 2024 mini bulk was successful, I will say.